Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, she getting sexy. Boom, 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 boom. She unbuttoning her shirt. Yeah. Boom, boom. She showing skin. What's up, YouTube? It's Sydney Island here. That's Island with the Y, not an S, and my freaking hair keep getting caught in my eye. Okay, so as you can tell by the title, this video is a depression confession. I might be a little bit manic, okay? Either that or I'm just a life path number 5. Ooh! Speaking of life path number 5, I just found out that Malcolm X is a Taurus sun, life path number 5. And I'm a Taurus sun, life path number 5. Oh my God, that's so incredible. But anyway, that's beside the point. Okay, this video is about depression. How I cope with depression. Everybody copes with depression in different ways, okay? Some people have depression where they cry constantly, which is me, because I'm a Taurus and we're big crybabies. Or they have the depression where they just feel numb inside, you know, and they don't really feel happy about anything and nothing really excites them and they lose interest in a lot of things. That one is not me. I'm very manic and I'm very high energy and a lot excites me all the time, okay? I'm a very high energy person. And I just want to address, you know, what's been going on with me as far as depression goes. And I'm making this video in hopes that y'all can relate to what I talk about as far as my depression and how I'm dealing with my depression and what kind of depression is it and how and what provokes this kind of depression in me and what makes me sad and what do I do to deal with it. So pretty much I'm just gonna jump right into it. Today, like, I cry, right? I'm a crier. I'm a huge crier. When I feel hopeless, I cry. When I feel frustrated, I cry. And I've been taking something called dopamine, which I mentioned in another video about coping with anxiety and depression. Dopamine helps with anxiety and depression, and it has helped me a lot. But it's like when I don't take it for just one day, all that sadness just comes back, like literally in that one day. And I'm stuck wondering, am I just sad and the dopamine is like blocking it and stopping me from actually feeling how truly sad I really feel? Is it just like covering up how sad I really feel? Or is it actually making me the happy way that I should be or the happy way that I am naturally? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I really don't know. And my depression, I was taking a walk just a few minutes ago, and during that walk, I was thinking to myself how it seems that over the past few years, I've experienced this situation where I feel like I'm hoping that things are better and that things are different in my life. And I'm thinking that things are better and that things are different. And I'm like, okay, we're improving. Like, I'm a lot more confident than I used to be, you know, but I still have confidence issues. And it's kind of like, what do I focus on? It's always like this back and forth with me, constantly a back and forth, negative versus positive, happiness versus sadness, dysphoria versus euphoria. I'm always just in this crazy roller coaster of emotion, you know, always up and down. Like, one minute I'm crying, I'm sad, and the next minute I'm extremely happy and excited to be alive, you know. And I do feel this God energy, you know, just in me, where I feel God all the time. And lately, as soon as fall started in October 2019, I started to just feel closer to God, and I started to feel that God energy that I have felt before. And it's a little difficult to explain. I don't know if anybody else has felt this before, but I would just, like, my grandmother passed away when I was 9, and I would just all of a sudden have these images of her apartment, you know, that I used to go to when I was 9. I would just, sorry, I'm going off topic, but I would just have these images of her apartment, like, really, really vividly, and it would provoke so much anxiety and so much emotion in me. And then I was confused about why I kept feeling that. And, you know, I just would feel all these feelings about, like, feelings connected to my childhood, and feelings connected to my mother's past and my grandmother's past. I just have this ability to feel my predecessors and my ancestors and the pain that they've gone through. I even feel the pain that my mother has gone through before I was born. I can't explain it, but I feel it. And even stuff that my grandmother experienced when she was a little kid. Like, I can just feel that spiritually. And I feel it even when I'm just at work. I just feel these other emotions and feelings that the only way I can describe it is supernatural, and it's connected to God in some kind of way. And these feelings can be very conflicting and confusing, and it can cause depression, and I've cried a lot about it, and because it causes so much anxiety in me, and I don't know what to do with it. And I'm like, God, what do you want me to do with all these feelings? Okay, I feel my mother's depression. I feel the sadness that she felt when she was a teenager and when she was a young adult. I feel her trauma. Why do I feel her trauma? I wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like, what's up with that? I kind of went off topic a little bit, but my depression is just, aside from that, my depression is also just about feeling stuck and feeling lonely. And I just feel like sometimes when I start to get depressed, I feel that I'm in this repetitive cycle where I'm like, I thought that I was improving, yet and still I'm still here. I'm still in this situation. I'm still in this place. I'm still dealing with these same emotions. I'm still dealing with the same trauma. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I thought I was over this, and I'm not. And I'm really just trying to figure myself out, you know. And even making this video, it just shows how scatterbrained I am. I don't know how anybody else feels about it when they watch it, but, you know, I intend to talk about one thing and then I talk about another thing, and I can't stay on track, you know, and my mind is really scatterbrained. And you know, they say those that are intelligent typically are scatterbrained, and I am very intelligent. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but I do mean to toot my own horn because I'm freaking nuts. And yeah, it didn't even make sense. Like, didn't even make sense. That sentence didn't even make sense. Through dealing with this depression, I have turned to things that I'm not gonna say I probably shouldn't have. I know I shouldn't turn to. Alcohol is one of them, and I've realized that it's kind of a trigger for me. Like, talking about it is a trigger for me. Like, I'm definitely not an alcoholic or addict or anything like that, but I definitely have turned to alcohol to cope. And, you know, it gets to a point where whenever I get stressed out at work, my immediate thought is, I need to drink, you know, like, I want some wine, you know. I'm 23, I'm of legal age. I know I look like I'm a baby, but I find, you know, that I turn to things that I shouldn't turn to. And I find myself drinking when I know that it's going to make me feel sick, because I have a very sensitive immune system. I have celiac disease. I have a kind of a weak immune system, and I can't like drink and do drugs and stuff like that like other people. It like really affects me immediately, and it makes me sick immediately, and I just feel weak, you know, when I do it. But yet and still, like, I know that alcohol makes me feel sick, and I know that it gives me problems, and I know that alcohol is bad for anxiety and depression. Yet and still, I do it because when I drink, sometimes I just feel like my inhibitions are lowered, you know, and I feel less nervous to express myself. You know, I have self-expression issues, and it's so ironic because I'm a YouTuber, you know, like my job on YouTube is to express myself, pretty much. I express myself about astrology and what I've researched. I express myself about my emotions and my depression and my anxiety, and I'm an actress. I put up comedy skits, and I love to act. It's my channel, my life path. It's all about self-expression. Yet when I go to work, I have trouble expressing myself. Like, I have issues with confidence, and it is really bothersome, and it has been a huge source of my depression lately. And I just feel like I'm 23 and I should be over it, right? But I'm not. I still struggle with confidence. And then I beat myself up because I'm like, why didn't you exude confidence in that moment? Why are you acting so shy? I'm just like mean to myself, you know? And I know that it's not working, and I'm just trying to have compassion for myself and to tell myself, like, listen, it takes time, you know, like, don't rush yourself, and nobody has the right to judge you, you know. If you don't have confidence in that moment, you just don't have it, and it's nobody's right to judge whether you do or don't have it. And the thing is, I know all this stuff. Like, I'm smart. I know that it's dumb to beat myself up for certain things, but it's still really difficult for me to not do that. So I'm just confessing. I feel happy about the fact that I'm getting more views and subscribers. It makes me feel really good, and I'm happy that I do have people in my life that care about me and that do want to see me succeed. But I do have a depression pertaining to confidence and pertaining to just feeling nervous for no reason. You know, I'm talking to somebody and I have all this social anxiety, and I just beat myself up because I'm like, what's the point? It's just a human being. You're a human being. They're a human being. There's nothing to be afraid of. What's the worst they can do to you? You know? But I get frustrated with myself because I feel like I should be smarter. You know, I'm too smart to be nervous, you know? I guess maybe I just put too much pressure and expectation on myself because I know that I'm intelligent. I feel that, you know, if you're intelligent, you should know you shouldn't be nervous talking to somebody because they're not better than you and they don't have a right to judge you. You know what I'm saying? And you have, and it's also because I have had moments where I have exuded confidence and I have felt really good about myself, and I'm frustrated because it's this constant up and down, up and down, up and down, where one day I feel tremendously like great about myself and I feel like I'm like the second coming of Malcolm X. Cause I just said Taurus Sun, life path number 5. Yeah. Anyways, I just feel like sometimes I just feel special, and I feel that I do have a higher purpose, and that I'm meant to do something very special on this earth. And that's why I'm beating myself up, because I'm like, you know, you great. You know that God has a divine purpose for you. Yet and still you get nervous and you lose your confidence. What is that about? What really is it about? Like, I really want to know. Like, let's get to the root of this issue. Let's get to the root of this problem. Because we've been dealing with this for way too long. There's so much that I want to do in my life. And I can't do it if I'm always nervous and if I don't have confidence. Because I look up to people like Maya Angelou. When I watch Maya Angelou speak, she talks about how, you know, don't be timid, you know, like just go out there and live life, and don't be afraid, because there's nothing to be afraid of. And she says all these things and I absorb it and I think that I know it and I think that I can live it, yet and still I don't live it, and it makes me livid. Hey, I like that. I don't live it and it makes me livid. But I know that this whole thing is about my effort. I'm very hard on myself, and I got to be honest in my videos. I want to be relatable, okay? I don't want to just act like I'm just this person so far up into the sky that's out of reach. I never want that. You know, I never want for people I never want to get to a point where I actually do start getting views and subscribers. I never want to feel that once I do reach a certain level of success when it comes to YouTube, I don't want my viewers to feel that they can't reach out to me and that they can't be friends with me. I don't want them to feel that I'm something that is just like out of reach. I want them to feel that I'm a human being just like them, because I am. I'm just a person with a camera in front of my face. It's just so much that I want to do, and I push myself so hard, you know, with this YouTube thing. And even today, like, I just felt this weight, because I've been feeling this weight on my shoulders for a couple of years now. And every now and then the weight lifts when I do things like take dopamine and, you know, I exercise, and the weight lifts a little bit, but it still seems to come back and it presses itself on my shoulders. And even through that, I still push myself and I say, okay, we're going to go outside, I'm going to jog. Even though lately I've been having this awful anxiety in the pit of my chest and the pit of my stomach that makes me feel nauseous, and it brings me down. And I believe that whatever is going on in the spiritual world and in your mind, it manifests in your body. And so I have been really physically weak and tired and nauseated and just not feeling good physically because of my anxiety and my depression. And I know for a fact that that's where it's coming from. You know, and even though I felt really sick, I decided, let me just work out, because if it's in my mind, then I gotta take control. It starts with me, you know what I'm saying? If it's in my mind, let me just get up and jog and try not to think so much. My issue is that I think too much because I have generalized anxiety disorder. And I was really relieved and excited when I watched the YouTuber, her YouTube channel is called Love Your Natural. I recently watched a video of her, and she said that she had generalized anxiety disorder too. And I was very excited about that. I was like, oh, me too! Twins! You know, it was really exciting to actually have a young, you know, female minority to struggle with that same issue, you know, who is like me, who is pretty talented, driven, who does YouTube. It was just really, you know, exciting to see that she struggled with that. And so when I, you know, make my videos, I always want to talk about the things that I go through. There's the real stuff, because what else you gonna talk about? Fake stuff? You know? And so I want to talk about depression and how it's no joke. Like, if you get to a point where you just feel like you want to kill yourself, then you need to take action. And really, you need to take action before you get to that, because you don't even want to get there. And I have been there before, and I get scared when I get sad. Like, now I have this fear of depression because I get scared that I'm gonna end up in the place that I was before, where I wanted to jump in front of a car. Like, I'd see a car moving and I'd think, I kind of want to jump in front of it, and I'd be like, let's do it, and I really want to do it, but I never had the courage to do it, which is good. And just the urge to do stuff to myself that is dangerous. I've been there before, and I've made stupid mistakes because I just wanted to hurt myself, to get myself out of my pain, and it didn't work. It was just dangerous, and it only provoked more fear in my life. So yeah, this video is very long, but I had a lot to say, and filming videos is just very therapeutic for me, because I go through depression, and my depression is just feeling like it's so much that I want to do, but sometimes I feel like I don't have the time because of work, and I don't have the energy because of just stress weighing me down, and it's like sometimes I feel like I can't do it all. Like, it's just so much, and I'm just one girl. But the thing that really helps me is to remember that God carries your burdens for you. And I really want to get to that point where I feel that God is carrying my burdens for me, and that I don't have to carry them on my own anymore. But right now, I don't feel like that. I felt that before, and I want to get back to that. Because I know that I can just relax, but I feel like I can't. I'm never able to relax. I'm always thinking, planning my next video, taking notes for this video. I can't relax because I have a strong fear of lack of success. I don't want to be unsuccessful. I can't fathom the thought. I don't want to be unsuccessful. I can't. So I push myself even when I feel sick because I don't want to be unsuccessful. And I want to be able to do this, and I know that I can't do this whole thing without some type of strong faith in God and everything that He's doing for me. And I do have faith in Him. But sometimes I get sad because I'm just weary, and I'm like, oh, God, I've been doing this for so long. Can we finally please just get to where I need to go? Can I finally just have the money that I need? Can I finally not be poor anymore? But this video is getting a little long.